Dr. Subramanian Swamy is joining us live at this point in time. Dr. Swamy, your reaction first.
Who is the one who used to send us anonymous letters?
Well, it's no surprise for me, because from day one I've been telling your media there's nothing in it. Because the doctors who attended on him, they are people of stature, and one of them is a noted cardiologist who has a hospital also in Nagpur. And he was very clear in his evidence that there was no induced heart attack at all. It was being monitored before. Judges are in tension and stress anyway, and he said there was a high incidence nowadays of judges reporting for testing for heart and heart palpitation and so on. So he thought there was nothing wrong. The police thought there was nothing criminal, and this appeared to be made up, and the petitioner has no reputation at all. He goes on fighting. He's doing it on behalf of the Congress party. So many things, so many petitions of his get dismissed, and when he appears on your program, you can see that is highly illogical and just makes wild accusations. But it was good that we went through this process, because we were nothing to hide, and Mr. Amit Shah, who they tried to make a target, has come out squeaky clean, and that's good for the party.
Also, Dr. Swamy, because
Yes.
well, also Dr.
Human
Swamy,
rights
yes,
activists
my
all
colleague
coming
Vivek
out,
Narayan is also joining us. He'll take over now.
Yes, Dr. Swamy, I was saying, not just the petitioner, just around the time when the story broke in a magazine, we saw a slew of human rights activists and others, even political people, getting into the case and speaking on behalf of whoever it may be, saying that this was not a natural death. Somehow there was a movement. It was being fired, engineered by somebody else, and that's what the court has come out and said, that this kind of a frivolous petitions cannot stand. And do you think that there should be a probe into why and how this happened?
Absolutely, Mr. Poonawalla must be investigated. Why did he do it? Who are the people who assisted him in this effort? We know that he has been making wild allegations here and there, and invariably it is to benefit the Congress party. So, and then Mr. Rahul Gandhi himself raised this question when the matter was being considered by the Supreme Court. Mr. Rahul Gandhi knows nothing about the law, but he gave an opinion. And so, therefore, it was they can't sully the reputation of BJP any other way. And so they picked on this. It just happens to be a coincidence that Justice Loya was taking up Mr. Amit Shah's alleged case, which is also another one of those outrageous petition, proceedings that's going on, which should be ended soon, and then built it up into a national campaign. They have used the media also, in a section of the media, but I'm happy that other parts of the media kept on giving the full report. But who supported them? At least they should have had a support of the judges who were with him at that time, before he had this seizure. None of them supported. So consequently, they had to rely on here and there, kind of a mystery novel that writers make up. That kind of thing, it was done, and I'm glad it's cleared.
Yes, Dr. Swamy, though clearly there was a political angle to it, and that's what we've been consistently saying. Times Now itself had sent a group of reporters out there. They came out with a report saying that the evidence which was collected by the Nagpur police was true. We spoke to the family members, we spoke to the petitioners, we spoke to people who were related, even to the judges informally. Well, it was all clear that it was being engineered. But why is it that this kind of an engineered statement, an engineered petition in the Supreme Court, it gets carried away through the nation for a long period of a time, was being told that there is something about it? Why is it that it got so much of a win, Dr. Swamy?
Yeah. To my knowledge, the judge died of a heart attack in April. They didn't raise it till November. What were they doing all this time? I found this kind of thing, same thing, the way they have tried over the decades, the Congress party, to make out that Mahatma Gandhi murder was done by the RSS, and then later on Rajiv Gandhi's murder was done by Narasimha Rao. There seems to be some kind of a sadistic, desperate move by Congress every time. Everything that happens, they want to somehow blame it on somebody else. I think one has to examine psychologically. There should be a psychiatric examination of the Congress party leaders, that they do this all the time. Same thing in that 2611, that police official who was shot in an encounter when they were trying to apprehend the terrorists. They put it on, was also done by RSS. So I think we must bring a stop to this kind of wild speculation on such important issues such as murder.
All right, we also have a friend of Judge Loya who is joining us at this point in time. Dr. Swamy, please be with us. Well, Mr. Katke, I would like to ask you, what is your first reaction when you hear, when it comes to the Supreme Court coming down hard on the petitioner, saying that frivolous PILs that have also been filed, and also they do not suspect any foul play in the death case of Judge Loya?
It was expected. The case was totally based on rumors, no truth was there, and all the facts in respect of heart attack of Mr. Loya were on record. In the circumstances, those who are closely knowing the facts, they were all aware of the falseness in the petitions.
But sir, then questions we also saw that were being raised on the judiciary as well. So that speculations have now come to an end, do you feel, because the way that Supreme Court has reacted on this, calling it that it could also be contempt of court, but it is not going ahead with it?
It was serious allegations were made based on rumors spread by some interested people, and therefore if a judge is sabotaged like this, it was a serious thing. But there was no truth at all in that matter, because he died due to heart attack. It was a natural death, and it was politicized by some interested people. It is very unfortunate, and the Honorable Court has rightly came heavily on the petitioners.
So who would you point fingers at now, sir? Because we've seen at the time being the family has come out. There are medical reports to suggest. The police is also saying the same thing. The Maharashtra government too and the Supreme Court said that all of these allegations are politically motivated.
Maybe I don't want to enter in that field of politics. But whatever allegations are made in the petition are totally false and baseless. They are based only on rumors, and rumors were created by some interested people.
Okay.
In respect of the politics, I don't want to comment anything about that. It is not my field.
Okay. Dr. Swamy, Mr. Katke, please stay on with us. Well, we are getting a first reaction coming in from the Congress party itself. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi has just tweeted a short while back, and let me just quote from his tweet. Dispassionate analysis of Loya judgment must await its full reasoning, but unless logical reasons found in it, it will raise more questions and leave many unanswered. Supreme Court can remove suspicions clearly features only by dealing with them directly. It is not enough for this case. So dispassionate analysis of a Loya judgment. Dr. Swamy, would you like to react on this? Because clearly not very happy as far as this judgment is out in the Judge Loya case.
Well, the wordings of Mr. Singhvi shows that he is, by using legal lawyer's language, trying to hide the fact that he has lost. But it's quite clear. It's all if and but, which usually means lawyers have lost, and then they raise these kinds of things to hide behind the defeat, hide behind words for the defeat. So I think we should take it that it's an admission of defeat, and a justifiable defeat by Mr. Singhvi, because otherwise he should have been more specific as they were earlier. And during the recent campaign in Karnataka, Mr. Rahul Gandhi's statements were very, very, it was an outrageous allegation. So he should have, now that he is now saying if it has been all considered, if the whole matter has been looked at with proper perspective, then etc., etc. These are all these if-then statements are used by lawyers when they have lost a case.
Absolutely. So a lot of ifs and buts also coming out there. Those who are not happy with the verdict being out of being dismissed of an independent probe.